Hey guys, Doward out here in the workshop again. I've got a project today that I think a lot of you guys are going to like actually. I am going to be showing you how to take an RPM bumper, front bumper from a Bandit Rustler and mount it to your Arrma Vortex. This is going to increase, of course, give you a little bit better protection from the front end, and it's actually a really easy mod to do. All you really need is a drill bit and two like 12 or 15 millimeter long 3 millimeter diameter screws. So what you're going to do is these two bolts here, okay? If you remove these two bolts, this actually wraps around. You can't just take this skid plate off. What you can do is, if you'll notice, those two bolts mount well inside from where the stock holes are. They're 20 millimeter center to center between these two bolts. So all you got to do, and I've already actually marked it all out here, and then I realized I probably should record it, is I marked out 20 millimeter right in the center. It's about 15 millimeters, 15 and a half millimeters in on each side, because the whole thing was about 51 millimeter wide. And I used my center punch, actually, just an automatic center punch, just to quickly pop up right in there. I'm just going to drill these guys out to 3 millimeters, and then I'll be able to actually, I'm going to go ahead and countersink on the back of it, and I'll be able to mount this right on there nice and neat, which will help protect my front A-arms, and hey, give me an RPM bumper up front. Not a bad thing to have on a two-wheel drive truggy. So I'm going to get to work on that. Okay, so basic items you're going to need: drill, drill bits, block of wood to not mar up your work surface, and just a clamp. Clamp this guy down here so that we can drill a hole. I'm starting with a number 47, which is a 0.78 drill bit. I don't know what that is in millimeters, but a 3 millimeter, you figure there's 25.4 millimeters in an inch. So 3 millimeters is somewhere north of 1/10 of an inch. I'll probably end up making 120 and go to a number 31, but you want your first bit to be a little bit smaller as a pilot. You can see it's very, very easy to machine this. Whatever this nylon blend that RPM uses, it's nothing at all to machine on it. Clean the bit out. Now that I have a pilot hole, I'll go up in size. I'm going to go up to a number 40, which is a 0.98 inch. I do tend to drill all my holes out in 3 steps. Honestly, no real reason for it at all, other than I'm used to doing metalworking. Clean the bit out. Always clean your bits out when you're, in between using them. It's just cleanliness, I guess. Alright, now I'm going to end up at actually a 35 as a 110. And like I said, I'm going to end up taking this, I'm going to go to a 31 now. Let's go to a 120. And I'll test and see where that is in relation to this, and then I'll countersink it a bit. Which will be fun to do with a hand drill, I'm sure, because it's going to try to pull itself in. Alright. Throw my shavings out. Show off my holes. But let me go ahead and take a 3mm screw and see if this fits through. Oh yeah, look at that. 3mm screw slides right through. Perfect. Goes through both of them. Alright. Now as far as trying to countersink this, these guys are 112 degree split point. So really what I need is a 45-degree countersink on these. So what I might do is just skip the countersinking for now because I don't have any countersink bits. I need more tools. I've never regretted having more tools. So now, slide everything out the way. The Vortex, I can take this guy and I'll be able to, I should see the center of my screws. Oh yeah, no problem. I'll be able to mount this up just like so, and I'll have an RPM front bumper. So I don't have any longer screws right now. I'll have to get some, and then I'll finish that install and I'll finish this video. Yeah, there you go. After you've drilled your holes, is remove these two bolts, which I've already done. I recommend you take a 3mm flat washer if you don't countersink it. If you don't countersink the RPM bumper. Put those on there just to help spread out the load. Set these guys on and start tightening. The nice thing is that this aluminum plate is actually what you're screwing into. So I think this should be fairly strong. Though obviously if it fails or anything, I'll be reporting back and letting you guys know how that does. And boom! RPM bumper. Just like that. There you go. I used 16mm socket heads on that. Just so you know, 16mm long, 3mm diameter. Yeah, not much else I can say there. We'll put this to the test hopefully Wednesday.